Good afternoon, people, and how are you doing? Right, first off, let me apologise for Friday. It was out of my control. Bugger all I could do about it. More bloody tech issues. So I do apologise for that. I'll introduce my earworms now. And we have Scott, the Blue Light Turner,
Afternoon.
and Steve from SK Crafts, and
Hello.
Mark, the Gentleman Wood Turner.
Hello.
They're going to keep me up to date with what's going on in the chat, and just to let you see what I'm doing, there we have. Oh, let's move that wire out the way. That's going to interfere with things. That moved over there. That's better. So what I've got on the lathe today is a piece of walnut, still quite wet. It was brought down about a year ago, and I've just had it in the round sitting outside. And then I prepped it this morning and shoved it through the bandsaw into a little bit of shape. It's about just over 10 inches long, and at the high point, it's about 4.5 inches deep. And I'm going to be doing, obviously, the way it is. It's going to be a live edge, natural edge, whatever you want to call it. I had to take the bark off because just underneath the bark, there was about 1/4 of an inch of stuff that was really, really spongy. There's still some of it left on here, which I'll get cleaned off through the process. I would have preferred to leave the bark on because the bark on walnut it's really thick and chunky and looks really nice, but I couldn't do it. So that's what we're going to be up to today. Bring me tool rest up. I'm not going to bother rounding it off or anything. It'll just come with once I start shaping things up. Just make sure everything's missing, which it is. Grab me bow gouge, and if you guys can start letting me know who's in.
So we have 27 in at the moment.
Very good.
First in was Colin Roberts,
Boys.
followed by Dr. Bob, who's on his way to the bakery, so he's going to go and get us all cakes. There's some bloke called Blue Light Turner. He escaped. Pete Twisted Trees, Amy, the Dr. Turner, Colin Izzard, Mike Lang, James Cassidy, Wizzy Woodshed, Shay,
Di Prout.
Di Prout, some bloke that's been pounding the puddles in the Scarborough, SK Craft. Tim Dickinson.
Did you say Withy?
I said Woody. Getting Splinters with John, Duncan, Stephen Young,
Robert Dolman.
Jennifer Stroughton, Mountain View Turning, Robocop. Rob CP looks like Robocop.
I like it.
And I think that's it.
My phone just automatically translates Rob CP to Robocop every time now.
Mike the Midnight Joke has just joined.
Mike. Hello, everybody in the chat.
So how's
everybody well?
Yeah, how's everyone in the UK spending their bank holiday?
Oh, of course, it's bank holiday, isn't it?
And did anyone else get dragged shopping at silly o'clock?
No.
Nope.
Must be me then.
You wouldn't think it was a bank holiday down here. The dustman came this morning. Took us all by surprise.
Overtime, mate.
Wayne and I were saying, I had 2 parcels this morning via Royal Mail. It's like,
I think everybody's just given up on bank holidays. It's just been one big bank holiday for the last 4 months.
Yeah, they're not like they used to be. Those people don't recommend them as bank holidays like they used to.
No.
I always used to work them. It's double time.
Yeah. But like you say, Mark, I think because everybody's had so much time off this year, they're just glad to work.
Yeah. Mike's just sectioned up a big laburnum trunk, totally hollow and rotten inside.
Ooh.
Di's finishing the bowl he was standing during Mike's live last night.
I'm going to get absolutely bloody soaked with this thing.
Bit wet, is it?
It is a wee bit still.
Moist.
At least it keeps the tool cool.
That's true.
Damp is another good word, Scott.
Moist. Damp.
Moist. Oh, I missed Rob live.
Oh, when was that?
He did a premiere.
He did a premiere 5 o'clock yesterday.
Oh,
I missed
back
it
and
as
watch
well.
So did I. I was asleep.
Yeah, I
sorry,
was.
Rob.
I was on
Oh.
shop duty yesterday, so I didn't get back in time for it.
Rubber Dub's just joined.
Hello,
Oh, yeah.
Robert.
I'll go back and watch it in a bit.
Yeah.
I was in the midst of transferring racking from the workshop into the other shed.
So what are you making now then, Scott?
So the back bit of my shed where the wood store was, that everything in there has gone into the blue shed, and then that back bit's going to be redone, and that's going to become a clean work area. So like the 3D printer, the laser engraver, my pyro.
Makes sense.
So one side will have like a desk for sitting out working at, the other side's going to have a higher worktop and cupboards and stuff.
Yeah, makes sense because when you turn, dust go everywhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I've noticed the roof shot on it, so.
Well, the joys.
Hmm.
Yeah, I came back from holiday and I got a leak in mine, which is great fun.
That ain't good.
No, not in the main shop, but in the storeroom.
All right.
Which is obviously which you can see into when I'm turning.
Yeah.
There's a damp patch on the ceiling, so I've pulled a bit of it down this morning because it's insulated. There's water sitting on top of the insulation.
Oh, lovely.
Oh dear.
So
Celotex insulation.
yeah, I put 4 inch Celotex in it. So I've been up on the roof this morning where the original roof, the original workshop is all felt. The new bit is rubber. That's
Yeah.
gone between the rubber and the felt and capillary action, and then come back underneath the rubber. So I'm going to have to strip. Well, I'm actually going to re-roof the whole workshop and the storeroom all as one.
Yeah.
So that'll give me a chance to lift the storeroom roof up a little bit because that's a little bit low.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So I should get another 4.5, 5 inches height in there, which would be benefit. But the disadvantage is I've got to buy a bit of rubber 9 meters by 6 meters to cover the whole lot in one shot.
Oh,
Ouch.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I think that's about 590 quid for the rubber. So yeah, all the joys. But the good thing is, I suppose, once it's rubbered, I'll never have to worry about it ever again.
Well,
And then you've got to get it up on the roof.
Yeah, a ladder and a sack barrow. That's the easiest way. Tie it to a sack barrow, put a board on a ladder, get a bit of rope and yank it up on the sack barrow so it rolls up the ladder.
All right.
So yeah, that's why we normally get them up on the roof. But just make sure you're not underneath it if the rope slips.
Ouch. Tommy Dunn's just joined. Good afternoon, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
So, as always, guys, Doug Miller and Wayne Fennell.
Hi,
As always,
Wayne.
guys, if you've got any questions, pop a question up and we'll make sure we don't miss it. Chat's flying past. How many we got in? 44 in.
Very good.
Good.
you can see on here where where I've just finished cutting, where all the damp's coming back through.
Yeah. So
Mole
Mole
Valley
Valley
Maker.
Maker.
David Hall.
Afternoon. Did you see that, Mark?
Yes, Dutch. Yes, I did. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning watching some very obscure video on YouTube playing on my phone. So I'd obviously
really?
fallen asleep.
YouTube or another you channel?
YouTube.
Not RudeTube, YouTube.
Termite extractor off.
That's a pretty bit of wood, isn't it? It's got a lovely grain in it.
Yeah, I wasn't actually expecting it to be this nice.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have turned it on alive.
Yeah, because what tends to happen with the smaller branches, if you like, of walnut, is that you don't get a hell of a lot of the nice, decent, dark heartwood. But this has got a fair bit. I'm going to get quite a lot of tear out around the sapwood because it has been sitting outside and some of it's started to rot.
So Pete Twisted Trees has just give you a super chat, mate. He says
Cheers, Pete.
he doesn't know why, but he suspects you earn it. Mike the Midnight Joker sounds like a man after my own heart. So a woman wouldn't move her car for him this morning so he could fell a tree. It made more work for him, but he's left their car blocked in until he can be bothered to go back.
I like it. She's now got a flat roof.
Good man.
She's got a nice bit of branch stuck out the bonnet like the lady on the front of a Rolls Royce. I would have made sure all the shavings from the chainsaw went over it as well. But I'm just mean like that. Mike says you could have given her a sunroof. You didn't think about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
but you
missed
don't-
a chance there.
You don't want to blunt your chainsaw, mate.
That would be funny though.
And just fill up with all the branches you don't want.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Skoda, was it, with a sunroof?
That's called a skip, isn't it?
The older
class-
one.
A classy skip.
Yeah, the older ones are.
They're
So-
all right, mate. They're owned by
Why do you-
Volkswagen now. They're good.
My
Why do
Skoda,
Skodas have rear heated windscreens?
keep your hands
Keep your
warm when
hands
you're
warm when
pushing
you're pushing it, yeah.
them. I love my little Skoda. It's ugly, but enough go some.
You don't see it when you're sitting on the inside.
No. The kids aren't impressed now that it's got stickers all on the back of it.
Not go faster stickers.
No, it's got a big blue light Turner sticker and like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Etsy. I set up my Etsy page. I think 2 people have looked at it.
Yeah, mine's not doing too good.
That's quiet time. It'll pick up in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
I want to get a few more things on mine. I'm going to just start doing some letters and that, all like names and all that on the engraver. I might pick up a little bit with those.
Yeah. Especially as you can do personalisation.
Oh, yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, because people give me the name and I can cut out whatever they want, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at those shavings.
That's where I ordered my carpenter pencils from. You go to like a big company.
Yeah.
And they want like 50, 60 quid just to set up the lettering.
Yeah.
I've just got 30 off Etsy for 30 quid.
Yeah, I want to try and get some embroidered patches done. But I'm trying to find a company to do them.
Right.
There's a company on eBay that I used for mine. They're
Oh,
dirt
is there?
cheap. Yeah, dirt
All
cheap.
right. When
I'll
you get
send
a
you the
chance.
link.
Yeah, cheers,
Yeah.
Mark. When you get a
Or
chance.
I've used the company. So down here we've got a special needs school,
Right.
and when the kids get obviously too old for school, they've set up an enterprise centre.
Okay, yeah.
So the kids will then go and work in the enterprise centre. They do all your embroidery. So that's where I get all my t-shirts, my patches, and everything done.
No, that's a cool idea. At least you're helping somebody, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'll send you the link for them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. I'm all for helping somebody else.
And then once your logo's on there, you can get whatever you want done.
Yeah. Well, I'm now waiting for the T-shirt to be done for Hobby Turner, who won the 2K thing.
Yeah.
So once that's done, but they want a 2-week waiting time. I said, I only want one T-shirt, mate. I don't want 100. He said, still 2 weeks, mate. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Who did I go to? I got one from Print Chimp, and it said 5 to 7 day delivery, and it took 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, I series why I always use a local company for my work T-shirts, so I try to stick with the same people. But
Yeah.
for some reason, he's being a bit awkward.
Yeah. So I've just found the invoice. They charge £12.50 to set up your embroidery, and then the badges are £4 each.
Well, is this the place you told me about with the
Yeah.
special? Yeah, okay. Mate.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at it. Send me the link. and I'll have a
Alejandro
look at it.
Velez has just joined the group. Hello, Alejandro.
Afternoon.
Who's that?
Alejandro Velez.
I thought it was somebody else. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on where you are. Right, I am going to attempt to sand this. I don't think it'll sand that well, because of how wet it is. So I'll give it a quick go with the 80 grit gouge and my trusty drill, just to see how it goes. If it's not going to sand very well, I'm just going to leave it. I'll get the inside turned and I'll stick it in a bag with some shavings.
And if you're listening with earphones, take them off now. Wayne Fennell's asked a question. I think Scott will know the answer to this.
Go on.
Any recommendations for a company that sells electric branding irons?
So,
Nathan
at Ramsdale Sherman. He's a fellow maker in the community.
Yeah, but
does,
he does. I don't think he does electric ones though.
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh right, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think he does. Send him a message on Instagram.
Can you put his name in the? Can you put his name in the chat, Scott?
Yeah.
Also, Von Hank does them as well on Etsy.
Right, hang on. Steve, I've just sent you the link to that company.
Cheers, bud.
Yeah, I've got to get some more patches done because I've been giving mine away, and then I went to put some on a t-shirt, and it's like, oh, ain't got any left.
Steve Jeremiah's just joined. Hello, Steve. Welcome along.
Hey, Steve.
There's some new names in the chat today. That's good.
It's actually sanding up not too bad.
Steve Blinkhorn's just joined. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Afternoon,
Yet another
Steve.
Steve.
Must be a
We're
common
being-
name, I reckon.
We're being overtaken, aren't we? The Dutch Turner, OMFG.
No, I'm quite happy with that. That's grand. Right, let's get some sand and sealer on there.
I think Wayne's should have a logo with some ear defenders on, just for the drill.
One of these days I'll get a new one, but not yet. There's more important things to buy first.
Wine.
Yeah, and more wine.
If it works, don't fix it.
Yeah, because I've just ordered all the bits for a cyclone. So I've ordered a new extractor, the cyclone, the thingy valve to stop the drum collapsing, a Y connector because I'm going to run my old dust extractor and my new one both at the same time.
So WFORL, I don't know their name. Maybe you can share it in the
Before.
chat. As put, hey guys, I've just received an assortment of black African blackwood spindle blanks, about 1 inch square in different lengths. Problem is, half of them have woodworm holes in them.
Oh, bugger.
Is he being picky, or is that not right?
That's not right, is it?
No,
I
I
don't
think
think it's right, to tell you the
No.
truth.
no. If you're buying wood, then it shouldn't have woodworm in it.
No.
Especially the likes of African blackwood, that is exceptionally expensive.
So
I've just go on. Sorry.
Rex B has got a question. He says, "Thanks for doing these. I always learn from them. How do you handle punky wood?"
Lots and lots of either CA glue or sand and sealer. Or you can buy, if you're in the UK, you can buy a product called wood hardener.
Yeah, Cuprinol.
Yeah, I know Leona Fay, she did a bowl, it was either last week or the week before, which was very, very punky. And she used wood hardener on it, and it seemed to work very, very well.
You can also use a product called Wood Rot, which is a very similar stuff.
Didn't Caitlin the cat do something with washing up liquid and punky wood?
I don't know, did you?
Yeah, I think it was a while back, but she had a bit that was really punky, and someone at her club had told her to soak it in washing up liquid.
Which cyclone you ordered then, Wayne? A big one or a little one?
No, it's a little one, a cheap one off eBay.
Right, I just ordered one from Axminster, the big one, 100mm one.
No,
to go
no.
on the new camper.
This one's a 50mm, and it was about 15 quid, I think.
Oh, right, okay. Still good though. That's like the one that's like the little one I got on my chop saw. Good little thing.
And I'm sure the one I bought comes with some adapters with it as well.
Who's Steve asking about?
Oh, that's Ligia. I heard in a chat a few weeks back that she's been busy learning to play the guitar, so she hasn't been on the chats much lately.
Oh, she's okay.
Well, she hasn't actually posted anything for a while either.
I think somebody asked about her in Emma Cook's live, and somebody replied that she was heavily immersed in learning to play the guitar.
Oh, right.
I see Emma's finally got on the RPT register as well. Which is
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Need to get Mr. Clasper on there.
No, I wouldn't get in.
Have to tidy his workshop up.
Yeah, and it'll have to be a hell of a lot more than just tidy it up.
No fire extinguisher. Drill's too noisy.
I mean, the other thing is,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
they're very strict.
Oh, they're very strict.
Could have a fireproof cabinet for all your finishes.
For all your finishes, yeah, it's got to be a metal cabinet for all your colouring and finishing and everything like that. Apart from anything else, what was I going to say there? Oh, it's bloody gone. Oh yeah, you've got to have your bank account set up. You've got to have to be able to show them that you are all your earnings or the majority of your earnings are coming from wood turning.
Can't be done with all that hassle.
Nah.
You do, I believe, because I remember when Gary Lowe got his RPT a couple of years ago. It was probably about 3 years ago. He got his RPT. He had a mentor, and his mentor was oh God, I forget his bloody name now. He lives in Dumfries as well. I introduced the guy to bloody wood turning about 25, 26 years ago. But you do have a mentor to take you through the process. You know, when you apply,
Yeah.
you get given a mentor to help you go through the process.
So the Dutch Turner's asking about the RPT. So the RPT is the Register of Professional Turners in the UK.
We should start our own society.
Yeah.
Register of hobby wood turners.
YouTube Amateur Turner Society.
Yats.
The thing, well, I mean, there's very, very good things about it. You probably get cheap insurance and stuff like this, and it's a backup body as well, I suppose. But I mean, the RPT is linked in with the Worshipful Company of Turners, which has been on the go since medieval times, really. It's all these guilds, all the different guilds, all have similar types of registers.
Well, most trades had a professional registered group, didn't they? Years ago.
Yeah.
Like the craftsmen's, Guild of Craftsmanship and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I used to be a member of the Guild of Master Craftsmen. To be
Yes,
honest,
so did I.
it didn't do anything for me.
No.
Did nothing for me either, Mark.
That's just a little badge to have on your.
Yeah, that's all it was.
It's like me. I'm a member of the Heritage Craft Association. What does it do? I pay them money and I don't get nothing for it, apart from the newsletter. Oh.
So,
I like the Dutch Turner says we should start the FBF register. The flying bowl fuck ups.
Language.
Scott. That's a drink for Caitlin.
Oh no! Forgot about that. Midnight Jokers. The Federation of Registered Turners. Fart for sure. There's a locksmith. There's a locksmith down our way that's got a fart on the back of his van. Fast action response team.
Oh dear.
Ah, there's one to add to your list, Steve.
What's that, mate?
Worthful. Real name is Ben.
Ben, I think I've got that actually. Let's have a look. The list this list every week changes. I'll add him.
You'll have to get Nikki to send me an updated one.
Oh man, she's sending people them every week, isn't she?
I've only had one from her.
Have you? She's a bit stressed at the moment, bless her.
She works in a school, didn't she?
Yeah, she's back. When's she back? Wednesday, I believe.
Difficult times.
That's why.
Yeah. Well, because she's 1-to-1, isn't she? She looks after a little boy with Downs and things like learning difficulties. So she's 1-to-1. So that's going to be a bit hard for her, I think, because obviously with the mask and rules and how's he going to cope with that? And he's been off school since March. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but
yeah. I'm just muting for a minute, guys.
all right, mate.
Yeah, no bother.
Dutch Turner's put the list must be full of Steve, Mike's, and Rob's. Well, there's a lot of Steves on there. I will go that far.
And Doug's. Doug's and Douglases.
There's a few Dougs.
I don't think we've got very many Bens, though, so Ben probably will stand out.
I think we've got
we've got 3 Waynes.
Yeah. Wayne, and Wayne.
Yeah. me, the Bigfoots, and Wayne Fennell.
Yep.
Right. Do I take this to a finish and turn it very thin, or what?
It depends if you want to go for any shape.
Wayne, Rex B is asking, can you just model your shirt, please?
Model my shirt.
Yeah, wipe it off first.
Da, 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 da.
There you are.
I like that.
Available from Amazon.
I really like that. That's good.
Guys, I'm going to have to shoot off. Sort something out.
All right, mate.
I'll,
All right,
speak to you later. Bye.
See you
Right,
later,
thanks for tuning in. Cheers.
Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get my lesson with David Lowe.
Yeah, I heard that. Glyn told us about that.
Yeah, which was a little bit gutted, but at the end of the day, you can't help family situations, can you?
That's true.
So
family
but no,
first.
exactly. But to be honest, yeah, it's good. Hi, Lee. How you doing? Oh, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
So I managed to get my.
Lee?
So I did get a bit of a bonus as I went in there. They had some canbacks on offer, so I managed to grab one of those.
Oh, very good.
So I got the twin motored 55-litre one that had like 80 quid knocked off of it. Supposed to have cosmetic damage, but I couldn't see nothing wrong with it.
Ideal.
So, bonus. So the money I saved pay for the cyclone.
I've got to admit, I love my setup. It's made
Sorry,
a
mate?
big difference. I love my setup. It's made a big difference.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to. That's why I want to put a cyclone on the one for the lathe. For that purpose, reason, because you're not getting the actual extractor's not getting it bashed by all the dust and crap, is it? So.
Yeah, and I've noticed a marked drop in the amount of dust on the worktops and the computer and all my bits and pieces when I use it. It's amazing how much they suck up.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I wanted to get the. The one I've got at the moment, I've got one of those lumberjack ones, 100mm extractor. Don't mean it's a good machine. It's just so noisy.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to get the canback. That's a lot quieter. So I think I'm going to actually build it in a cupboard so it's even quieter.
Wayne, question from Rex B. Does the gold colour represent a brand of gouge?
No, the gold colour, the brand of the gouge is Sorby. It's a Sorby gouge. It's a 3/8 gouge. The gold colour is titanium cobalt coating. So these gouges tend to keep their edge up to 3 times longer than ordinary gouges.
Paul Smith is in. Hello, Paul.
Hiya, Paul.
Paul, just because you've come in late, Wayne is turning a natural edge walnut bowl. And he's just pouring out the middle now.
Andrew, the answer to the question is yes. I got one extraction pipe for one motor because they do recommend you couldn't run the motors for more than about 10 minutes at a time. So but we'll see what happens. To be honest, 1,000 watts should be more than enough to extract what I want to extract.
It's one of those lumberjack ones I've just ordered, Steve.
Sorry?
It's one of the lumberjack ones I've just ordered.
Is it? That's a good machine. They're just so noisy.
Marley did such a good job of tidying up yesterday. He's going to give me a slap when he sees me. I've made the place messy again.
That little vase we turned was nice, or whatever it was. It was a vase,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
a little bud vase. Yeah, he was dead chuffed with it.
That looked really nice on Facebook.
Hit the finish on it. He did a fantastic job on the finish. He wanted to try, bless him, he wanted to try as many finishes as he could. So we did machine on the outside.
Yeah.
We did OB shine juice on the inside. And we used wood wax 22 on the base.
Well, you learn. Got to learn somehow.
Yeah.
Colin's asked a question. I was watching JP's video last night and he used some sort of measuring to mark out his mortise tenon. Any ideas what it was as I'm looking?
Yes, that is, it's from Easy Wood Tools. The gauge is made specifically for the jaws on the Easy Wood chuck. So that's what he was using. If you want to get something for sizing up your mortises, I would recommend getting one of these.
Speed
sizer.
Speed sizer from Axminster Tools. All of the horizontal ones, all of the horizontal holes. I think this side is for the internal, so that's for use on tenons, and this side is for external, so this is for the ones on mortises, and they go for just about all of the jaws for the Axminster chucks. If you don't use an Axminster chuck, you can use the vertical lines, and they go in 10mm increments. So you can actually get whichever set you're using, you can get it set up for just about any jaw size. And the way that it works is that you bring it to, when you've got the bottom of the bowl, I didn't use it today, but a lot of the time I actually dish the bottom of my bowls. So sometimes I can't use the speed sizer. But what you do is you bring your tailstock up so it touches the bottom of the bowl, so this spins free, and then you use the pencil in whichever hole you want, spin the bowl, and then it marks out a mark on the bottom of the bowl, and that's your mortar size. They're about £20 from Axminster.
They were developed by, yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, developed by Chris Fisher, the blind wood turner, and he uses it all the time since how he developed it. So he suggested the idea to Axminster, and they went ahead and followed through. I think it was 2 years in development, because Chris had made his own out of a piece of plywood, I think it was. He made his own out of. And then they got to do this.
Good Turn Daily Blair's in and Glyn Senior's in.
Hey, Glenn.
Hello, Glenn. Rex B's asking, will the Speedsizer work in USA American layers versus UK European other ones? I can't see why not. It's all on measurement, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
the vertical line should work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's set up in 10 mil increments, but I mean that shouldn't really make that much difference, to tell you the truth.
Mike Dews has just joined.
Hey,
Mick,
Nick.
Mick, sorry, yeah.
That's all right, Glenn. We thought you were someone else. Wood Dude is in. Hello, Wood Dude.
Is that a new one? I ain't seen Wood Dude before.
No, I haven't. Welcome along. Welcome to the madhouse. You don't have to be crazy to be here, but it helps.
No, it helps. The only thing is, if you're crazy, you just blend in better with everybody else.
Yeah. I used to be relatively normal till I joined this community.
So is that Wood Dude's name? Steve Maiden. Stephen Maiden.
Hello, Stephen.
Never Steve.
Hello, Phil Walker. Greetings. Best behaviour now, Wayne. Phil's in.
Cool.
Oh, Phil. Good, my. I best keep me gob shut.
Hope you got your good boy pants on.
Nice. Here's some lovely shavings off of that piece.
That's with it obviously being wet. Right, I've just got another bit to go just to start about there.
Pete's going back to his bowl. We still think he's being brave, going for a 2mm edge.
Yeah, I'm not going quite that thin, Pete.
He says, "Can you warn him when you use your drill, because he doesn't want to go through the side."
To tell you the truth, Pete, I think I'm just going to do a tool finish on the inside of this.
$2 mil, that's thin, isn't it?
That's, yeah. I can't repeat what we said before we started the live. Then you start on 5mm. That was scary enough.
Yeah. That's the flexing that, you know, because all it takes is 2 mil, just a little bit too hard, and you're all the way through, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, you see, the thing is, it's like when you're doing a thin-walled bowl, the best way to do it is that you go down about an inch. You get it finished all the way down to the 2 mil, just an inch down, and then you sand it and finish it off. Then you leave it.
Right.
Then you go down another inch, and you finish it and sand it off and leave it. And that's the way you actually do the thin wall bowler.
Yeah.
You always leave a bulk in the center,
Right.
because
Okay.
that cuts down on the vibration.
Some people
It's,
call it the trench method, don't they? You
yeah,
do a trench.
it's no good taking out all of the center and then start trying doing the side walls very thin, because you're just going to get a load of chatter and a load of vibration, and it's not going to finish properly. So you always go down, finishing as you go down the side wall, leaving some bulk in the middle.
Makes sense.
It's like horror films. You never look back. Yeah.
Jennifer has asked a question. Is the original Yorkshire grit supposed to be runny? Because we got some microfine the other day, and that's more like a solid block. Depends on weather, I suppose, doesn't it?
It does depend on the weather. If you're having problems with the Yorkshire grit becoming a bit runny, it usually is because of warm weather. What I'd recommend is giving it a good mix up and putting it in the fridge. Mind you, Glyn's in the house. He'd probably tell us something totally different.
Yeah, I think Glyn was saying the other day when I was down Scarborough, saying that not to mix it because that can
All right, okay.
break the particles up. Just stick it in the fridge.
So don't take any notice of what I've just said. Don't mix it up, but try putting it in the fridge.
Yeah, Glyn's just put it in there. Don't stir it. Just put it in the fridge. And I suppose if it's thick and hard, I suppose it could be too cold. So. Amy asked a question too. What question did Amy ask then? Let's have a look. Question. Oh, is there a benefit to wet sanding?
Well, if you sand to 240 and then start using Yorkshire grit, you are wet sanding. That's what the Yorkshire grit's doing. You are wet sanding because it's got mineral oil in there, it's got beeswax in there, and it's got the abrasive paste, the abrasive compound in there. So you are wet sanding. So you're not actually producing any dust when you're using Yorkshire grit.
Carl Jacobson does a lot of sanding using walnut oil, doesn't he?
He does.
He sands with the oil.
I suppose the only benefit you got when you wet sand is it's clogging up the sandpaper, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. But if you use Abranet,
Yeah, true.
if you use Abranet, it'll flow through the mesh. Just reduces the dust, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, like Robert's put in there, wet sanding is done on acrylics. I use wet sanding on acrylics and the resin, depending on how fine, how big a finish you want.
See you later, James. Thanks for popping in.
Later, James. Have a good day.
Ding, ding, ding. like that.
John Haynes has just joined or Hayes has just joined.
Hey, John.
Rex B's asking, he has a rough time turning locust. Do you have any helpful techniques, as I've set it aside due to frustration?
I'm afraid not, because that is the type of wood that we don't get very often over here in the UK. It tends to be a wood that people get in the States, not over here.
Glenn's put, yeah, pull the legs off first. There's always one in there. That sounds thin.
It is, well, probably, in fact, I've gone thinner. I've gone thinner here than what I have up here,
Right.
which wasn't really my plan, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Looks beautiful.
Got a lovely piece of wood, that is. Really is.
I'm just wondering whether to try and sand it or not.
Can you feel the damp in it, Wayne, or?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Steve, is it Jermish? Has asked you a question.
Yeah,
Wayne, is there a wood you wouldn't touch with a barge pole?
right. Earlier on this year, I think it was earlier on this year, I was doing a live. Now, this wood was unidentified. I'd had it in my wood store, I don't know, 20 odd year or so, I would think. And I brought it out and I made a box out of it. And just towards the end of the show, I started sneezing. And I didn't stop sneezing for about 4 hours. But the annoying thing is I don't know what type of wood it was. So that doesn't help. Other woods that I wouldn't touch. The guys and I were talking about this before the live started. I wouldn't use lime for wood turning. I think it's too soft. And it tears out really something chronic. Other woods that I wouldn't. Yeah, sapele. I just don't like it.
Doc Miller is
Anything from the mahogany family, really.
Doc Miller is offering some advice. Locust can be very hard, very sharp tools, and go into it with a mindset that it's going to take a while. As his dad says, often enjoy the process.
There you go.
And Pete,
Right.
step away from the lathe.
Yeah, Pete, the drill's on.
It's actually not that loud today.
No, I think his headphones are working a bit better.
Yeah. Lee says it reminds her of Pringles. That's a bit. Oh, he just cut the edge then.
No,
You
no.
can't-
This is a new type of adhesive abrasive I'm starting to use, and already I'm not happy with it.
Has it just come off the drill, is it?
Yeah, it's just come off the drill. Not happy with it at all.
Wayne, Phil says, what sound does a nut make when it sneezes?
Come on then, Phil. I'll buy it.
Cashews.
God, Jesus. He's here all week.
He's even high, hopefully sweeping up.
Phil, you lunatic.
Yes, Damo.
How does Martin put up with you?
Yes, Damo, it is me. It's Steve, yeah. I just imagine is it good morning for you, Damo, or good night? I would imagine that's good night, isn't it?
Oh,
Well, it's
yeah,
past midnight, I think, there, isn't it?
Is it?
Good morning.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, true, yeah.
right. I'm just going to do a quick bit of sanding with the lathe stationery.
Oh, 11 p.m.
Wayne Rex B asks, have you used a right angle drill for sanding? And is it worth the cost to buy them?
Right. I would love to have a right angle drill for sanding, but they do not sell them over here in the UK as cheap as they do in the States. Because if I was in the States, I'd just buy a cheap Harbor Freight one, but they don't actually sell any cheap ones over here.
Would
So
it
I'd
be
love
too
one.
Would it be too expensive to get them shipped over, Wayne, or not?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Then you'd have to buy a converter as well. to
Yeah,
run on
but
a different,
well, yeah, I
different
suppose if you had
power.
a 110 in there, so I suppose. Yeah. But you could use a cheap 110 transformer that you use on a build site. You can get them for about 25 quid, can't you?
You could do.
Because a drill's not going to draw a lot of ampage. Mole Valley
Right.
Maker.
Go on.
No, Mole Valley Maker. I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, you've been in a few times.
Afternoon.
Must admit, I do like the air sander that you use, Steve.
Sorry?
I like the air sander that you use.
Yeah, they're not expensive. In fact, they're only about 25, 30 quid off eBay.
They're bloody noisy though.
Yeah, they are noisy.
Says he.
Oh, I tell hey,
Oh, the
hey,
irony.
Mark, if I turned my air sander on, right, you think the drill's noisy?
Yeah, look, I'll demo it quickly. And obviously, my mic is noise cancellation, so they are noisy.
Right, is Glenn still in? Are you still here, Glenn?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's still here.
Right. I did use Yorkshire grit on the outside, but because of these wings, I'm not going to use Yorkshire grit on the inside, just to let you know.
Exact.
Mark, the Valley Maker, said about an angle drill when you was on about an angle drill. Yeah, the red ones, the US tuber all use isn't available in 240, and and I've spent a lot of time looking. So obviously, like you say, you can't get them very easily.
You can get cordless ones from the likes of Makita and things like this,
Yeah.
but I don't want the cordless one.
They don't run fast enough, though, do they?
Well, I don't think so, no.
Midnight Joker says nothing is noisier than drilly.
Drilly. Oh my
That's
God, it's got its own name now.
That's got to
Drilly
be.
McDrill face.
That's got to be a T-shirt, isn't it? Caution, Drilly's
Yeah.
coming out.
I
Right, so what
survived
I'm going to
drilly.
do, seeing as how I don't really want to put Yorkshire grit up in these wings because I like my fingers where they are, I'm going to use Chestnut Products lemon oil just to do the inside.
What do we have a look at? Rex B has just said thank you for answering all his questions.
No problem. That's what we're here for.
Rob CP has put, you can get a right-angled drill adapter that fits onto a normal drill for 25 quid.
Yeah, but all that does, Rob, is make your original drill more bulky, if you like.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually improve. See, with the right angle drill, you've got the long handle on the right angle drill, and then just a short head. If you're putting a right angle adapter on, you've got the whole drill and then the right angle adapter.
Yeah.
It sort of defeats the object, if you see what I mean.
If only somebody could come up with an extended arbor for a angle grinder. That would be all right, wouldn't it?
It would.
Could you? Could you
Yeah,
not
like-
get? Hang on, don't the old chucks have the same thread as an angle grinder? Don't they
Oh,
screw onto the same thread?
I'm not too sure, tell you the truth, Steve.
What do you mean, the drill chucks?
Yeah, drill chuck. I'm sure
They
the
could've-
old drill chuck used to be a thread the same size as an angle grinder.
Be good if they were, because I've
Solve
got
the
an
problem.
angle grinder that terrifies me. I don't use it for grinding angles.
John Hayes has put, after turning wet wood, is there anything you can do to prevent it from cracking?
Yeah, turn it very thin. Or if you're going to turn wet wood down to a certain thickness so it can be put away till it dries, you can either seal the end grain, that's the end grain, or you can put it in a bag with some shavings and leave it for a few months, or you can try, depending on the size of the piece of wood you want to do, you could try microwaving it. And the way you do that is that you microwave on half power for maybe a minute at a time. Weigh the piece first, because this process is done by weight. So weigh the piece first, and once you've finished doing it, what you should get is 2 consecutive weights the same, and that shows that a hell of a lot of the moisture has been taken out of the piece. I believe, I don't know, did you do that? Did you put that bowl into the oven, Mark?
Yes,
Or not?
I did. Yeah, I did. I baked it in the oven for 4 hours at 50 degrees, and it lost just under a kilo. And now it's sat on my landing, sitting there just resting. It hasn't moved much. There's no cracks. Huey saw it on Saturday. And it's still gradually losing about between 25 and 50 grams a week in weight.
So there you go.
I've got some good news for you, Wayne.
Yeah.
On eBay, they do a 10mm chuck that you can fit onto your angle grinder.
All right.
So that might be a possibility for you.
No, well, if you think the bloody drill's loud, we'll that's switch the angle grinder on.
Yeah, well, we can put up with the drill, so I'm sure we can put up with the angle grinder.
This is what the angle grinder sounds like.
Actually, that's a bit quieter.
Yeah.
And that's
Don't
with
get him
the,
started. He'll start a router up next.
Oh, don't traitor.
He's got 150 of them.
yeah, I've only got 7 or 8. That's
7
all.
or 8. I thought I was bad with 4.
Right, let's put this main camera on. There, oh my life, look at this. Covered. That'll me get hell from Jane again when I go in the house. Shake yourself outside. Right, guys, there we are. What size are we looking at here? Give us a minute. Just under 10-inch by 4.
Nice.
There we go. Walnut, natural edge or live edge, whatever you want to call them. Just under 10-inch by 4-inch. The outside is finished with Yorkshire grit and microcrystalline wax, and the inside has been finished with lemon oil.
Nice.
So I'll get a couple of photos.
Phil Bolter says he sees you tidied up.
Hey, I have, Phil. This is it, just getting back to normal again. I did tidy up. I had to. I had somebody here for tuition.
Trouble is when you tidy up, you can't find nothing.
Yeah. Will you put more coats of lemon oil on the inside, Wayne?
Yes, I will. I'll probably put another 3 or 4 on the inside. It tends to be every 24 hours. The lemon oil dries within 24 hours, so you can put more coats on. Thank you very much, guys, for all the nice comments. Much appreciated. Right, what am I doing now? Oh, I'm finishing now. That's it. Oh my God, I've gone over the hour.
You've
That's
done
not
well.
right.
It's not like you at all.
No.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Jennifer. Right, one final look. Thanks very much for coming in, guys. It is really appreciated. How many have been?
50, over 50 at one point.
Oh, brilliant. It is much appreciated you coming in. I will be back on Wednesday night. I don't know if we've got anybody tonight. Oh, Steve usually does a live on a Monday night.
Yeah.
Steve Twiddell, he usually does a live on a Monday night. Are you putting a video out this afternoon, Steve?
Yes, that will be. That'll be about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock tonight. So I'll put
Right,
a video.
so
I might do
Steve,
a premiere, to be honest.
all right, okay. So
Cool.
Steve's going to be putting the video out tomorrow night or tomorrow lunchtime. Don't think we'll have anybody Tuesday lunchtime now, do we?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Because Andy's back at work now. Tomorrow night we have got the beard on. Can't remember what he's doing. I think he said he was going to do a review. Oh, cheers, Pete.
Pictures, please, Pete, or it didn't happen.
Wednesday lunchtime, it's usually Nick on a Wednesday lunchtime.
Yep.
And then I'll be back Wednesday night. Thursday lunchtime. Are you doing Thursday, Steve?
Yeah, I will be this week.
Okay. I'm not too sure about Thursday night.
Is there not an invade on Thursday night?
Yeah, oh, sorry, yeah. Richard the Beard will be doing an invade on Thursday night, but I don't think there's any lives. I think Scott's a bit busy at the moment.
Okay.
And then Friday lunchtime, it's me again. Friday night, it'll be either Nick or Stace, one of the two. I know Stace didn't do last Friday, so Nick stepped in. So yeah, right, that's us. I am going to press the button now. Thanks a lot for coming in, guys. Much appreciated.
Bye, everybody.
And
Take
I will see you all back on Wednesday, I hope.